Hey y'all, Uncle Todd here with Atomic Athlete. I'm going to go over some hip strengthening and stabilizing exercises. Again, man, hip, pelvic floor, low back, they're all more or less connected. So you can string these things together, you can just do one. It doesn't really matter as long as you're doing something when something's bothering you. If something's bothering you and you're just bitching about it all the time, you ain't fucking helping it. So it does not really matter what you do as long as you're doing something and it's not making that thing worse. So my rules with all this stuff is better, worse, or the same. Provided it feels better or the same, keep doing it. If it feels worse, you gotta listen to your body. You gotta stop doing that dumb shit, all right? So we're gonna start today, again, on our back. Got a yoga brick here. You can do it with a foam roller. These things are like $5. So don't like if this is what's keeping you from healing yourself, you gotta kind of figure that shit out on your own. You don't have one, email me, I'll send you one. It's really easy on Amazon. It's a one-click thing. All right, so we're gonna come in. We're gonna connect this yoga brick between our heel and our butt cheek. And then from here, your other leg can go long or it can stay tight. It does not matter either way. Then you're gonna pull that toe towards you. Now what you're specifically thinking about here is squaring your hips. So you're gonna pull your right hip up as you, your left hip up as you press through your right heel. Or wherever the brick is connected, that side is rising up while you're pressing with the other side. Then you're gonna pull that heel in towards your butt cheek as much as possible. Pull that toe towards your knee. Then you're gonna slowly drop that knee out. So this is my left side, I'm just dropping it out to the left, seeing how that feels, and then I'm gonna start to swoop it around. And as I start to drop it, I can start bringing it up just a little bit higher. So I'm just making these nice big circles right here. I like to start this on my back. So I'll do 3 or 5 one direction, and then I'll do 3 or 5 the other direction. And it's just making a nice big connection to my hip. If you start to get a big clunk in your hip, stay inside the clunk. So what I mean by that is if you get here and you get clunk, clunk, don't go that deep. Go a little bit shallower and just thinking about making nice smooth circles. So go 3 to 5 one way, 3 to 5 the other way, and then just switch sides. As you switch sides, again, I want you to notice, oh yeah, so I got a little bit of a clunk on this side. So as I dropped it all the way out, I got a big pop. I'm just gonna stay in a little bit. No pop now. And what I'm feeling is a little bit of heat, a little bit of warmth in this hip. I can make it a little bit bigger, so I just did a little bit bigger one. The pop wasn't there anymore, so I just had to get that hip warm. So go a few one direction, a few the other direction. Just see how that feels. Whole time you want to think about sucking your low back in the ground, drawing that knee in the entire time. So after you do a few of those each direction, then you can sit up and we can do some fun shit. So fun shit for the hips isn't that fun. But it doesn't seem like you're doing much, but it's a huge carryover in everything else you do because so much stuff happens out of our hips and our midline. So what I'm in is I'm in this half S stance, whatever you want to call it. My right shin is parallel. My left shin is to the side of me, just like that. So perpendicular, parallel, figure that shit out. It's all right. As long as you got one shin in front of you, one shin next to you, you're totally fine. Now, this is a lot for some people's hips. So some people might have to actually, again, have a yoga brick or a blanket so they can sit themselves up a little bit higher and have a little bit more support in that bottom position. Now, from here, all we really want to think about is engaging this left hip. So you can have your hands behind you, you can have your hands in front of you, or you can have your hands in the middle. And what initially we're doing is we're pulling our left toes towards us, and then from here, we're driving into that knee to just pick this leg up a little bit. So notice I'm shifting forward. In an ideal situation, you wouldn't have that forward shift, but again, I'm an old broken man, and I just don't have that much movement anymore. So I'm about 3 to 5 of these, and ideally, you're picking that leg up and the shift happens next. You don't lean forward and kick the leg up because that's not really allowing that hip to activate. So don't get caught that you have to pick this leg up some super high position. You just really need to get that little outer hip engagement. So if that's all you're doing right there, but you're not leaning forward, I'm real happy with that. Then we're gonna sit into it. Now we're gonna try to pick our entire leg up. Oh yeah, big hip pinch there. Big hip pinch there. But again, see how I'm leaning and then picking. In an ideal situation, you stabilize and just pick that foot up, all right? Then, this gets really exciting. Then you can pick this leg up, straighten it, and fold it, and we can just go into that other side. So again, as you go from left side to right side, better, worse, or the same, why would it feel different? You know, if you've been holding your kid on that side, do you have some lower leg injury? I mean, it could be any of those things, and there's no right or wrong. You just want to establish, like, hey man, this is why this is happening. Do I want to keep doing these things? Okay, so anyway, this hip is way more sticky than my other hip. So we'll just see what happens here. I'm pulling my right toes towards me, I'm pressing my right knee into the mat, and then, oh man, look at that. I have to lean, big lean before I can pick it up. So I'm just gonna stay in this lean position and just focus on picking my hip up. Again, ideally I would be here picking it up, but I just don't have the strength for that right now. So again, I'm gonna lean forward, but I'm just not gonna compensate any more than that. So I'm just gonna pick this hip up a few times. Got a little bit of heat going on in there. That's super exciting. I'm gonna sit back, and now just picking up this entire leg. Oh man, you can see how shitty this right side is. But I'm doing my best. So, you know, that's all that matters, and I'm doing something. So something is better than nothing, provided it's not causing more injury. Now we can pick up, sweep around, pick up, sweep around, pick up, sweep around. All right? We can add on to this in a myriad of ways, but that's a great 5-minute hip health thing you can do every day, every other day. If you feel hip pain when you squat, hip pain when you lunge, I would highly advise that you start your session with this to see if you can get a little bit more stabilization there. You can always just do this in the morning and night as well. Appreciate y'all.